What if the ground beneath your feet could move? Picture this. Machines so colossal they seem to defy nature itself. These aren't just pieces of equipment. They're living, breathing giants that reshape entire landscapes with a single swipe. Their power is unimaginable, their scale beyond belief. Stay with us as we take you into the heart of the world's most mind-blowing excavators. Trust us, you've never seen strength like this before. Komatsu PC8000-11, the excavator titan. Straight out of Japan, the Komatsu PC8000-11 is a massive 958 US short-ton workhorse. It comes with a choice: dual diesel engines with 4,020 HP or twin electric motors producing 3,940 HP. And it doesn't just look tough, it is tough. Fuel tank, 3,679 US gallons of diesel, enough to drive a standard car coast to coast 80 times. The bucket carries 55 cubic yards equal to 200 standard 55-gallon drums in one bite. Face shovel or backhoe configuration? Take your pick. Either way, you're moving serious earth. Now, meet the beast, the P&H 4100 AC. This isn't just any excavator. It's a massive force of nature that scoops up 120 tons of earth in a single pass. When this thing moves, the ground feels it. It's not just big, it's a game changer. You won't believe the power it holds. Hitachi EX8000-7, quiet precision, monster power. From Japan again, meet the Hitachi EX8000-7, the largest excavator in Hitachi's lineup. Depending on your setup, it weighs around 1,012 US short tons with a backhoe bucket and slightly less with a face shovel. Engine choices include dual Cummins, MTU, Rolls-Royce, or Hitachi electric motors. The MTU version tops the charts with 4Co 24 horsepower. Fuel tank, 3,278 gallons. It may be smaller than the rest, but it still costs around $19,000 to fill in the US. Its 52 cubic yard backhoe is perfect for deep mining work, while the face shovel version brings precision and punch in surface jobs. This machine is a perfect blend of engineering elegance and brutal power. We come to the Bagger 293, the heaviest land vehicle on Earth. With a mind-blowing 740-foot length and 311-foot height, it's like a luxury cruise liner on land. Weighing 15,650 tons, that's 15.6 million kilograms. It's a coal-digging machine like no other. It runs on 20,000 kilowatts of power, enough to run an entire city. Its 18 giant buckets scoop up 7,000 kilograms of coal at a time, loading it onto conveyors that send it to power plants across Germany. The XE7000, China's giant, awakens. Coming in hot at number 2 is China's pride, the XE7000. Released in 2018, this beast tips the scale at 818 US short tons, stretches about 77 feet long, and can be powered by either two 50-liter Cummins diesel engines delivering 200 horsepower or twin electric motors pushing 400 horsepower. The bucket? A face shovel holding 47 cubic yards. That's about the size of 4 pickup truck beds. It can dig up to 61 feet high, making it taller than a 6-story building when fully extended. Whether it's hauling dirt in Mongolia or slicing through ore in Siberia, the XE7000 proved China means serious business. Big Muskie, the largest dragline excavator ever built. This 27 million pound monster stood 22 stories tall, about 240 feet, and had a scoop the size of a 12-car garage. In its 22 years of operation, it removed twice the amount of earth that was dug up to build the Panama Canal. Though it's no longer operational, Big Muskie remains a monumental feat of engineering, leaving an indelible mark on the mining industry.
Fire!
Liebherr R9800, the king in a question saming on 18. Finally, the throne belongs to the Liebherr R9800, the king of excavators. At Chile's Escondida mine, the largest copper mine on Earth, this giant is indispensable. Standing like a skyscraper on tracks, it dominates the pit at 12,000 feet above sea level. Its bucket holds 55 cubic yards. That's like dumping 4 backyard swimming pools worth of material in just a few scoops. At 800 tons, it weighs more than a dozen Amtrak passenger cars. Its twin 2,000 horsepower engines combine for a staggering 4,000 horsepower. Enough to power 35 Tesla-Plaid motors at once. But the price of this power? A 5,200-gallon fuel tank, costing about $20,800 per fill, the same as buying a brand new Toyota Corolla just to keep it running. Multiply that by weeks of continuous operation, and you see why mines invest billions in fuel logistics. Still, miners call it their backbone. One operator explained, "Climbing into the cab feels like walking into a moving skyscraper. You're not just digging, you're moving the world itself." And in truth, the copper it hauls powers the world. From smartphones to electric cars to national power grids, the King's work touches nearly every American household. The R9800 isn't just the biggest excavator Liebherr has built. It's the king because it makes modern life possible. One colossal scoop at a time. KT6090FS, the earth-moving kingpin. They don't call it the king of excavators for nothing. The CAT 6090FS is the kind of machine that doesn't just work, it dominates. At the North Antelope Rochelle mine in Wyoming, I stood there as it scooped what felt like half the earth in a single motion. This isn't a machine, it's a force of nature. Bucket capacity, 52 cubic yards, equivalent to 4 cement trucks worth of material every scoop. Engine, dual 1,300 HP engines, totaling 2,600 HP, stronger than a diesel train engine. Dimensions, 25 feet tall, 50.3 feet long, as tall as a 2.5-story house, longer than a tractor trailer. Fuel tank, 5,300 gallons diesel, costs $25,000 to fill, but it moves millions of dollars in material. Operating temp, -40 to 122 green Fahrenheit, blizzards or heat waves, it keeps clawing forward. Price, $30 million, the price of a private jet, but this one flies through rock, not clouds. The best part, it's shockingly smooth. Hydraulic precision meets raw might. I watched it operate with millimeter accuracy as operators worked it like an extension of their own arms. One veteran told me, "This thing doesn't just lift, it rewrites the landscape." Hitachi EX5000-7, the ironclad digger. If Thor needed a shovel, he'd probably borrow the Hitachi EX5600-7. Weighing over 1.2 million pounds, 1,210 pounds US tons. This hydraulic excavator is a marvel of strength and balance, like a mechanical samurai slicing through stone. It's powered by twin Cummins QSKTA-50 engines, producing a combined 3,000 horsepower. That's enough to launch a private jet or tear through a mountain. Its bucket, a jaw-dropping 44.5 cubic yards, bigger than most hot tubs. One scoop can fill a 110-ton dump truck like it's tossing pebbles into a toy bin. Fuel tank, 1,190 gallons. That's enough to drive a regular car around the Earth, twice. The cab, spacious and reinforced. Operators describe it as piloting a luxury yacht, if that yacht was swinging a 75-ton arm through volcanic rock. This machine is found in copper mines in Chile, iron mines in Australia, and coal pits across North America. Wherever the ground is tough, the EX5600 shows up and makes it look soft. They say digging deep is just a metaphor until this thing shows up. Liebherr R996B, the tank. In Australia's coalfields, the Liebherr R996B is simply called the tank, not for its looks, but for its behavior. Its bucket swallows 845 cubic yards, equivalent to 3 dump trucks worth of material in one scoop. At 670 tons, it weighs as much as 2 Boeing 747 jumbo jets. Its twin 1,500 horsepower engines unleash a combined 3,000 horsepower, the muscle of 25 Dodge Challengers. But operating the tank is an experience in itself. One miner recalled, "Midnight, cold wind, dust everywhere. I wasn't driving a machine, I was commanding an army. It felt like I had an armored division at my fingertips." Its 3,440-gallon fuel tank costs about $13,700 per fill, the equivalent of a brand new compact car. The footprint is massive, but compared to running multiple smaller excavators, the tank actually reduces total emissions per ton moved. Crews also appreciate its cab comfort. Advanced hydraulics reduce the bone-rattling terrain, letting operators survive 12-hour shifts without crippling fatigue. In an industry where exhaustion can be fatal, that comfort saves lives. The R996B doesn't just move Earth, it conquers it, earning its place as the tank of excavators. But even the tank must bow before the king. CAT 6030, the mining titan that breaks the rules. Finally meet the CAT 6030, the heavyweight champion of Caterpillar's fleet. At Shoal Creek Mine in Alabama, I saw this beast rip through layers of rock like peeling an orange. It's brutal, elegant, and ridiculously effective. Bucket capacity 34 cubic yards. 20,000 basketballs in one load engine. 1,100 horsepower pure digging power with finesse. Dimensions: 31 feet tall, 56 feet long, as tall as a telephone tower. Longer than a semi-truck with trailer. Dump capacity 150 tons per load, equivalent to 30 elephants in one go. Fuel tank 1,200 gallons, around $5,600 per fill. This thing eats diesel for breakfast. Extreme condition ready. Operates in dust storms, rain, and high humidity without breaking a sweat. Price, $8 million. Like buying a Boeing 737 cockpit, but underground. Every crew member I spoke with said the same thing. When the 6030's on site, the job gets done faster, safer, and smoother. This isn't just a machine, it's the backbone of big mining. Liebherr R 9400, the unstoppable force. At Mongolia's Oyu Tolgoi copper mine, winter mornings freeze at -40 degrees Fahrenheit, and summers blaze past 120 degrees Fahrenheit. Crews swap heavy jackets for sweat-soaked shirts in just a few months. Through it all, the R9400 remains constant, the unstoppable force. Its bucket holds 31 cubic yards, enough to fill a dozen pickup trucks in one scoop. At 350 tons, it outweighs the Statue of Liberty's entire copper shell. And its 1,675 horsepower engine beats like the heart of 3 NASCAR race cars put together. Its 1,825-gallon fuel tank costs about $7,300 per fill, the price of 2 brand-new MacBook Pros. And in a single day, one R9400 can burn more fuel than a small-town gas station sells in a week. Yet crews rely on it because it keeps production going when nature tries to shut the mine down. A Mongolian miner said, "Winter or summer, frozen or blazing ground, it doesn't matter. The 9400 digs steady, like it ignores the weather." The R9400 isn't just a machine, it's resilience forged in steel. The unstoppable force that lets humans defy extremes. But while the force defies nature, the next machine rolls in like a tank. Cat 6020B, the versatile giant that never slows down. When you're deep in Utah's Bingham Canyon mine, surrounded by walls of copper ore and dust thick as fog, you need more than muscle, you need reliability. That's where the Cat 6020B earns its stripes. I watched it dance between haul trucks like it had a sixth sense. Massive, yes, but agile like a pro athlete in a heavyweight's body. Here's what this beast brings to the pit. Bucket capacity, 10 cubic yards. Imagine lifting 2 full dumpsters of material at once. Engine, 1,000 horsepower, same as a Bugatti Chiron, but it's not built for bragging, it's built for blasting rock. Dimensions, 18 feet tall, 32 feet long, taller than a telephone pole, longer than a city bus. Fuel tank, 450 gallons diesel, roughly $2,100 per fill, worth every drop when uptime means everything. Operating range minus 30 degrees Fahrenheit to 120 degrees. From icy mornings to desert heat, it doesn't flinch. Price, $2.7 million. That's a fleet of Ferraris, or one machine that never calls in sick. Operators love it for one reason. It adapts. It can load, dig, stockpile, and do it all without breaking rhythm. In a mine where time is money, the Cat 6020B runs like a metronome, precise, powerful, and unstoppable. Liebherr R9100, the powerful warrior. Not every battle is about brute size. Sometimes it's about precision. That's where the R9100 comes in, the warrior of the fleet. With a bucket of 9 to 10 cubic yards, it can bury a full-size pickup truck in a single scoop. At 115 tons and powered by 760 horsepower, it's smaller than its siblings, but its strength lies in agility. In diamond mines like Venetia in South Africa, where space is tight, the R9100 slips in like a scalpel. Its 390-gallon fuel tank costs about $1,560 to fill, roughly the price of a new iPhone Pro Max. And shift after shift, its lower fuel burn compared to larger machines makes a huge difference in 24/7 mining operations. Operators respect it because it lets them work with surgical precision. One miner said, "The big ones move mountains. The 9100 makes sure the details don't get lost. It's the warrior that keeps the battlefield organized." The R9100 proves that in mining, heroes don't always wear crowns. Sometimes the unsung warrior is the one that keeps the entire pit alive. But while the warrior carves details, the next giant refuses to be stopped by anything, even nature itself. Cat 6015B, the mid-size monster that never quits. I still remember the first time I saw this machine fire up in Colorado. The ground literally trembled under my boots. Let's talk about the CAT 6015B. It's not the biggest beast on Caterpillar's roster, but out in the field, it's the kind of machine that earns respect, one scoop at a time. At the Crescent Mine, I watched it slice through rock like a hot knife through butter, while the crew barely broke a sweat. Specs that punch above their weight. Bucket capacity 7.5 cubic yards. Enough to fill 3 full-size F-150 beds in one motion. Engine 700 horsepower. Same power as 2 Lamborghinis, built for brute force, not speed. Dimensions: 15 feet tall, 25 feet long, taller than a 2-story house, longer than a stretch limo. Fuel tank, 320 gallons of diesel, about a $1,500 fill-up. Operating temperature, from minus 25 degrees Fahrenheit to 125 degrees Fahrenheit, cold mornings, scorching heat, it keeps going. Price, $1.5 million. You could buy a luxury condo, but it won't move mountains. But here's what really makes the 6015B a legend. The crew trusts it. In harsh terrain where one breakdown can set you back thousands, this thing delivers shift after shift. It's like having a bulldog that never sleeps, never complains, and just keeps going. One operator told me, "You don't baby this machine, it babysits the entire site." Liebherr R9200, the new challenger. The R9200 is known as the rookie of the lineup, but don't be fooled. From the first day it entered the pit, it proved itself an all-star. With a bucket capacity of 16 cubic yards, it can scoop the equivalent of 6 pickup loads of dirt in one pass. At 210 tons, it outweighs a fully loaded Boeing 757. Its 1,100 horsepower engine has the muscle of 6 Ford Raptors combined. But what mine managers really notice is cost. Its 1,200-gallon fuel tank costs about $4,800 to fill, the price of a family trip to Disney World. For crews burning through thousands of gallons a week, the R9200's fuel efficiency matters. One Australian operator described his first shift. "I climbed into the cab as a rookie, nervous. Within an hour, I felt like the machine was carrying me, not the other way around. Smooth, steady, and powerful. It gave me confidence I didn't have yet." That's why the R9200 is more than a machine. It's the new challenger that gives rookies the power to perform like veterans. But if the challenger proves itself quickly, the next warrior shows that precision can win battles.